Welcome to Subramani. I'm trying to teach myself to be more deliberate in what I'm buying, and largely the aim is to teach myself to buy less and therefore own less, right? I need lesser and lesser things, and I should need lesser and lesser things, and I'm trying to teach myself to do that. So it is not very easy for a person like me to buy anything, because I agonize over is there a better product, is there a better price, is there a better place to buy it from, can there be better service. Trying to get the perfect investment, trying to get the perfect thing, right? Is this the best that money can buy? Whether it is a camera or a selfie stick doesn't really matter. But now I'm trying to tell myself, don't try to buy the best, buy what is good, what is working for you for this period point in time. And then if the best comes along, it can always be bought later on, or decide to live with that, saying okay, I'm going to need it for 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, whatever, and then after that I don't need it. So I don't obsess too much over is this the best that money can buy, or is Amazon the only place where things can be bought, right? So I don't want to agonize myself over those things. So wherever I get whatever I want, I just buy it, and if it is not good, bad luck, but I just throw it. But sometimes I try to buy the best, saying, oh, this is perhaps the last time I'm buying. I think my formal shoes, I think I bought the last that I will buy in my life. I don't think I'll buy it again, because my usage is just unlimited, just limited. But my running shoes, I think I will buy some more. Every 2-3 years I will definitely be replacing the shoes. The more I run, the more shoes I need. So running shoes, maybe more. Formal shoes, maybe no, or maybe yes, but I'm not agonizing over where to buy, when to buy, what price to pay, is it too much, right? Because the number of times you have to take those decisions is now extremely limited. So trying to convince myself not to deliberate is also not easy, but yes, I'm trying to learn that. There is nothing wrong with this kind of agonizing over anything. It could be even a meal, or it could be something costing 800 rupees or something costing 8 lakhs. Doesn't really matter, because those habits don't change. You don't say, oh, this is a cheaper item, so I don't need to deliberate so much. The fact that you deliberate, right? Obviously, the more valuable a thing, the more expensive a thing, the more you're going to use a thing, the more you deliberate. But I've also now asking myself one more question. Can I afford it? Not can I afford it from a cash point of view, but can I afford a plate of samosa? Answer is no, I can't afford a plate of samosa, not from a cost point of view, but from a health point of view. So similarly, when I look at a camera, maybe it costs 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs, and I look at it and say, can I afford it? The answer is yes, financially. B, do I take good quality photographs to deserve that camera? Answer is no. Am I willing to invest time, effort in learning how to use that camera? Answer is no. So then should I be even buying it? Answer is again no. Right? So some of these questions, when you keep asking yourself, then you are wondering what to do with the purchases, right? So finding a balance between what you can afford, what you need, what you are going to use, that's not going to be very easy. In fact, I think in the book Paradox of Choice, the American author says that the more choice that we have, the more spoiled we are, the more stressed we are, so not knowing what to do with so much of choice, right? When you have been given 2-3 varieties of cheese, it's easier, but you are given 42 varieties of cheese, you will buy the simplest one, saying, this is the cheese that I buy regularly, right? So I think cheese, making choices, I think the Sheena Iyengar also has written a book about that, but that is true. The more you have, the more you can choose. The advantage is let's say the advantage of fire is you have time, and the most important or the most valuable asset that all of us have is time. So when you are financially independent and you can choose what you want to do with your time, that's greater trouble, because mostly when people are doing some work or working or are in their own business, They can always pretend to be busy by going to the office every day. You can't. I don't have an office to go to, so my office. My house is my office. So whatever I have to do here. So the question is, should you be taking more vacations? Should you be spending more time reading, writing, listening to music, going for walks, going to the gym, going for a swim? Even those time allocation, which is what one talks about, is again not going to be very easy, right? So that is a choice which many people don't want to make, and therefore they keep pretending that they are needed in their offices. Most people are not beyond a particular stage, and or they are not willing to hand over to the next of kin, whoever it is, whether it is their employee or their children. So many small businessmen would not want to quit the business, or even big businessmen. I know one businessman who had dementia would still go to office, right? So what he was doing in office, nobody knows, but he must have definitely been destroying lives and wasting people's time. But then he was doing it, right? So the paradox of choice is, when you have a greater choice of what to do. I think the book, the name of the book is The Paradox of Choice, yes. And choices we make, or something which Sheena Iyengar has also written, where she talks about a tiger in captivity is more stressed because it does not know how the food will come, whereas a tiger in which is in the forest, in the jungle, knows that by hunting it can get food. Now for a tiger or a tigress born in captivity and stayed in captivity, honestly there can't be much stress, because it has no clue about how to hunt. I'm sure if you put some animal into its enclosure, it may not even know how to kill, because it has just not been taught. It is hand reared, it is reared in the zoo, it won't know how to kill. So these tigers could perhaps live longer than tigers in the jungle, because they have not been subject to any of those things. But anyway, I'm digressing from choices to tigers. From my own experience, the joy of financial independence is again time allocation, which I think I'm getting better and better at. So I'm able to say, this is what I will do, this is what I won't do, this is the amount of training that I will do. I don't do more than 5 days of training in a month. A far cry from doing 3 days a week, right? So how much to spend time on training, how much to spend time on looking at my portfolio, which is a complete waste of time. There's no value add that I'm going to do, or reading research reports, result updates, which is again not adding too much value, because I just look at some of my shares and say I'm not going to sell it off, right? So, and I get worried about the number of shares I have, not in terms of value, saying, oh my god, this is just too many shares of Siemens I have. Yes, the price has also gone up. Or too many shares of Suzlon I have. The prices are at what, 1/100th of Siemens price. So the quantity should not be worrying me. What should be worrying me is the value, right? So when you look at it, you do unnecessary things. You are itching to take some action, saying, oh my god, this has gone up too much too fast, let me sell. So all those kind of things, right? So what to buy, what to sell, kind of decisions which are perhaps unnecessary in your portfolio also, and in your real life also. I mean, do I need to buy more shirts? Do I need to buy more pants? Maybe the answer is no. So the more and more you think, and more you deliberate about whether you want it, whether you need it, whether you will use it, whether you will justify it, whether you will use it at least for 5-6 years, right? So if I buy a camera now, will I use it for 5-6 years? I don't know, maybe 5-6 years, yes. But beyond that, it is not going to be used. After that, what happens to the camera? So you have to think through all this, and actually now I'm getting greater pleasure in giving things away rather than buying things. I mean, so many of my books, I have no clue whom to give to, right? Yeah, I will be giving away some of these books to some people. In fact, anybody who visits my house gets one book. Not because I want to give them that book, but because I also have to reduce the number of books I have, and I also like to give books. Because if somebody does not want books, I mean, for a young lawyer, what can be better than a book by some top lawyer, right? So whether it is Fali Nariman's book or any of those Roses in December by Chagla, I have finished reading, right? So do I need to keep those books? No, I can give them away, right? So giving away things is greater pleasure than buying things. I deliberate more than I used to do earlier, but I also now I'm quick. to say, okay, if it's a bad decision, it's a bad decision, I'll live with it. I don't need to agonize over, oh my god, why have I ordered it? I mean, if I go to a restaurant and order some food and I don't like it, I just can order one more, right? Doesn't really matter. Yes, you will have to say, please take it back, I didn't like it. That's fine, you need to pay for it, that's all. So taking decisions is getting easier if you are not going to kill yourself saying, oh my god, why did I do this and why did I not do this. Don't worry too much, don't fuss over it, don't wait to buy the best. Buy whatever you want, use it, don't like it, you can always change. Thank you.